Hello, hello. We are back in the kitchen with the theme of baking this month. You can talk. And we're going to be making resurrection rolls. I am unwrapping a pre-dough of crescent rolls. You will need some butter. You will need some marshmallows, or fishy poofs as we call them in our house for some reason. Open. Woo! You will need some cinnamon sugar. With that butter, you are going to melt some of the butter. I just put that in the microwave really quick to do that, okay? Oh, preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Lightly grease a cookie sheet. I use butter to grease my cookie sheets. I just do that really quick. You can use Crisco, you can use a spray if you have it. You can help. I'm going to need your help in just a moment, okay? So what you do with the rolls here, crescent rolls are shaped in triangles. So you're going to unroll all of this and separate the triangles. Now you might be wondering why they call these resurrection rolls. Let me show you. Take a marshmallow, dip it in the butter. Dip it in the butter. Take a marshmallow and dip it in the butter. That can be for you. Are you helping? Chomp, chomp. Dip it in the butter. And then dip it in the cinnamon sugar. And place it on a triangle.
Now what?
On the triangle. Oh, cinnamon sugar. Butter, cinnamon sugar, triangle. All right. We are using half marshmallows. Do that again. 1, because I don't think this kid needs that much sugar. 2, it makes it a lot easier to wrap these up. Like I said, he doesn't need that much sugar, right? What would have happened when Jesus died on the cross and they took his body down is typically they would have prepared it for burial. And what that means is they would have anointed it with oil. We're going to anoint our marshmallow. And they would have put spices with it. Fishy poof. And they would have put spices with it. So that's where the cinnamon sugar comes in handy. Then they would have put it inside the tomb. We don't use tombs very much anymore, but these were caves or carved into the rock, and they would have kept the body pretty safe from all of the desert elements that were out there. Yeah, dip it in the marsh butter, dip it in the sugar, and put it on a triangle. Okay? And this recipe will make 8 of them. Whoops, put them back on there. When you're rolling your marshmallow up, you want to make sure you close all of the corners up. You don't want any loose corner stuff in there, okay? The trick about these is once you have your whole sheet ready, you can put them in the oven for 15 minutes. And when the timer goes off, we're not using the big ones, buddy. We're using the half ones. Here. No, you already had some. Woo! Oh! Yours later. You get half marshmallows. We still have... I know, that's sad. We still have more triangles to make. We still have more triangles to make.
That one's half.
That one's whole. Anyhow.
Not so big. Look how much goes.
The surprise for resurrection rolls is once it's dipped in butter and cinnamon and rolled into the wrappings that they would have put on it, the sheet is placed in the oven.
Wait a minute.
So the crescent rolls remind us of the grave cloths that he would have been wrapped in. If you remember the story of Lazarus when Jesus brought him back to life, Lazarus come out. And then he said, who's going to help him? Because he was still stuck in his grave clothes. The tomb, in this case, is going to be the oven. Please, please, please be very careful around the oven. Get adult help. Supervision is always a good thing when ovens are around. You have 12 more years before you can be an adult. So, it's ready. And I think my first load is about done. So join me over here on the oven side. We're gonna peek in here. Whoops. All right. So as you can see, mine still need a little bit of time to cook because I didn't wrap these good enough. The marshmallows are kind of sneaking out of the biscuit dough. So we're gonna put them back in the oven. And it's only been about 12 minutes for them. So at the end of 15 minutes, and you take your marshmallows, your rolls, out of the oven, when you open them, the marshmallow should have disappeared. It melts into the dough around it, and it makes it super yummy. But we're calling them resurrection rolls because it reminds us when Mary and the disciples went to the tomb 3 days after Jesus was crucified. Hold on a moment.
You're not done. It's right here.
Hold on a minute.
You're gonna get close.
They couldn't find Jesus' body. His body wasn't there because he had risen from the grave. So this is just a fun reminder, a pretty simple recipe. Yeah, okay. To remind us that Jesus did not stay dead. He didn't stay in his grave clothes. He didn't stay in the tomb. He rose again to give us new life by forgiving our sins. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye, and enjoy your treats.